I want to address the Heritage Party Wales because I've been inundated with messages about heritage. Now, I've read the manifesto, and do I agree with it? Yeah, I do. I can't say I don't because I do. Now, I'm not going to do a manifesto policy video on this because it's a very hefty document. But I am going to talk about some talking points that they've put in here. The first one being teaching British history with pride in our schools. And I think this one, for me, is one of the most important policies you can put in the manifestos. And the reason being is that if you can indoctrinate our children with the wrong things when they're growing up in the schools, then what you get is a confused generation, which we've got now, who are full of just strange ideologies. We've got, obviously, the LGBTQ, IA, blah, 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 community, and it just keeps expanding because they have to fit an identity, because we don't teach who we are as British people anymore. We don't teach who we are as Welsh people anymore. And so they have to find something to identify with. And this is why we got the problems with pupils in our schools. So I think teaching British history and celebrating it is one of the most important things that we can do right now in our schools. What do you think about that, Matt?
Absolutely. This notion that the British Empire, we should be ashamed of what the British have given the world, over the centuries. I think that idea that we should be ashamed of it is deplorable. It's completely wrong. There's so much to be proud for, rather than the maybe things that we got wrong.
Absolutely, and I'm proud to be British. I'm not shying away from it. I am proud to be British. I am proud to be Welsh. And all these Welsh nationalists who are like, no, we need to, come out of the UK, we need to be independent. No, I am proud to be British. I am proud of the things that the British has accomplished. And have we got it wrong on times? Yes, but name me a nation that hasn't. Let's move on. So Heritage Party also want to end multiculturalism. Now, I interviewed Kimberly Isherwood, and she is the leader of the Heritage Party in Wales. Fantastic woman, I've got to say. Did I have my reservations before meeting her? I did. I've got to be honest, I did, because she's very upfront, right? She is exactly what it says on the tin, right? Is Kimberly. But when she came in and when she was talking to us about Heritage Party and her beliefs and what she'd done behind the scenes that people don't know about, I was blown away by her, and I think we need to send it with Kimberly in it. And she talked about multiculturalism, and it's fine in small doses, right? But the aim of someone coming from abroad and moving to the UK is that they adopt our culture. See, if I was to move to Japan, I'm not going to require them to change to my Welsh culture. That's just inappropriate. Now, there'll be certain things, elements that I bring that they can partake in. But the essence of me moving there is because I want to partake in their culture. So I think it's important that we outline that when people are coming here, it's to adopt the British culture. And therefore, Heritage Party want to do away with this multiculturalism where we accept everybody's culture and we have to bow the knee to everybody's culture. That's got to stop. Doing away with the laws stopping free speech. I mean, there's been many times where we've worried as a team over something I've said because we don't know if it's crossed the line of free speech laws.
But anything, it's the offence caused.
Yes.
But it's the perceived offence, isn't it? Yeah. So literally, you could say anything, and I prefer Bovril to Marmite. You're offended at that. Quick, call the police. It's just like insanity. It's got to that point.
It's true, and I get a lot of different comments saying you can't say this or whatever, or you're biased against it. I have the right to an opinion, and you need to understand you have a right to an opinion as well. I am going to bring my opinion. I don't care if I got cameras in front of me. That's just the privileged position that I'm in. But I am going to bring my opinion. And if you don't like it, it's tough. Scroll on. Move on. Right? You don't have to listen to me. And that's the art of free speech, is that you can say what you want, but people don't have to listen to you. They do not have to follow you. Right? And I think putting the free speech law back in place where people, no matter how offensive it is. Now, I'm going to address this. Don't Matt, what
I was just going to say, up to the call to violence.
Oh, absolutely. Now, if you're going to call to kill someone, then you need to be put in prison. I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? We are common sense people. And when we say free speech, we're on about giving your opinion, not all about inciting people to kill people.
Exactly, yeah. It's the incitement to violence. That's the line, you don't go past that point. Yeah. But, if you want to say multiculturalism is bad, Islam is bad, it's not good for our country, that's free speech. You should be able to say that.
Right. Now, locally, I'm going to address this because I will be doing a video on this, as much as my town probably won't want me to. But there's a business here who put up on their socials that they didn't agree with the LGBTQ kind of agenda and ideology. And maybe the post they put up was a little bit unwise. However, that is their opinion. And they have been absolutely lambasted, right? You're talking about influencers standing outside their shop, kind of shouting insults into the shop, right? You've got local businesses that are putting signs outside their shop coming against them. And I just want to say, it's just so bad. They have the free right to say what they believe. I don't believe in the LGBTQ thing. I think it's an ideology that's not good for society. Do I love all people? Yes, I do. In this company, the people that run it, they love everybody. They've done nothing against anybody. However, we're allowed to disagree with the way that someone lives. The same way as you're allowed to disagree with me over my beliefs in Christianity, over the way that I live. Who cares? I'm still going to live that way. I mean, just please bring the temperature down, because what people are doing is feeding into this. It's not individualistic anymore. It is tribal. And this has become very, very tribal. So now everybody's going to defend the LGBTQ community. No, they can defend themselves. Leave them alone. Right? If they want to live that way, leave them live that way. But if you've got Christians or people of a certain belief that don't agree with that lifestyle, leave them alone. Flipping leave them alone. What's the problem? If the reason why we've got so much violence and so much angst over all this stuff is because people are feeding it, right? They feed in. Well, my father always says
it's virtue signalling to those who would have the upper authority or the perceived upper authority, isn't it? Let's show everyone how I agree with this and how I disagree with that, and then that'll make me look better.
Right. Oh, that's a really good point, actually, because this does happen so much. But everybody has an opinion, and everybody has a right to that opinion. Okay, let's leave it there. Heritage want to bring free speech back to the forefront. Absolutely fantastic. One of the things that I think is really interesting that they are addressing is medical care will not be forced, including vaccinations. Now, again, this is a bit of a complex.
Well, I don't think it's complex because my body, my choice.
It's true. When does my body, my choice, how far does it go? Because if it's only going to go as far as abortion, but then when you've got to have a vaccination, they're like, oh, no, you've got to have the vaccination. Well, it's my choice. It's my body. And what I put in it is my choice. So, again, this is the complexities of the left, where they can't seem to have a coherent thought that goes across policies. It's very choppy, right? So I think it's interesting points that what Heritage are bringing up. Now, if you think that Restore Britain are radical, read the manifesto of Heritage. You've not seen nothing. And I don't understand why Restore has all of a sudden surged up and Heritage Party have remained relatively quiet, even though they are pumping out stuff on their socials all the time. Because what they are calling for is more radical than Restore Britain. Everything that Restore Britain have in their manifestos, well, they don't have a manifesto, but you know what I mean, in their policies that they're bringing out, is exactly what Heritage Party stand for. So I think Heritage Party, we need to watch these as we go forward, because I think it's going to be a game changer in the UK elections. These are the underdogs that, to be honest, I didn't see coming. But there you go, Heritage Party, if they fit the bill for you, if you are of the ilk of Restore Britain, read Heritage Party, because they are standing in the Senate. They've got a candidate in every constituency, and in some constituencies they've got 2. So read their policies. If they are fit the bill for you, go and vote for them.